Welcome to Global News 92, your one-stop destination for the latest breaking news. The Indianapolis Colts' decision to make Joe Flacco the starting quarterback didn't go as hoped in his first game. The team's offense struggled, putting up its lowest point total, yards, and first downs of the season in a 21-13 loss to the Minnesota Vikings on Sunday night. Even though the performance was underwhelming, head coach Shane Steichen is sticking with Flacco as the Colts' QB1. When asked after the game if Flacco would remain the starter, Steichen simply said, "Right now, yes." His choice to replace rookie Anthony Richardson earlier in the week sparked debate, with Steichen explaining that he believed Flacco gave the team the best chance to win at this point in the season. Unfortunately, the result was a disappointing game for the Colts, dropping them to a 4-5 record. The offense seemed out of sync, struggling to move the ball consistently. They scored just 6 points, managed only 227 total yards, and had just 13 first downs, season lows across the board. The Vikings defense, led by Brian Flores, shut down the Colts, especially in the first half, where Indianapolis only managed 92 yards of total offense and just 62 passing yards. On third down, they were ineffective, converting just 3 out of 11 attempts. "It's tough playing a team like that," Flacco admitted. "But you don't expect to struggle this much?" Flacco's overall stats reflected the struggles. He completed 16 of 27 passes for 179 yards and threw 1 interception. The pick came on a questionable throw that allowed Vikings cornerback Byron Murphy Jr. to intercept a pass intended for Colts receiver Josh Downs. Despite the performance, Steichen stood by his veteran quarterback. "Joe was fine. He's been in these tough environments before. But it starts with me. I've got to take a look at what we're doing on offense and make sure we're setting ourselves up for success." Before the switch, Richardson had his own challenges, including a low 44.4% completion rate and 7 interceptions. However, the Colts may have missed Richardson's big play ability. His deep ball throws and his running game were something Flacco couldn't replicate. On Sunday, Flacco only had 2 completions longer than 20 yards, and his 7.7 air yards per attempt were the Colts' lowest of the season. By contrast, Richardson's explosive plays had been a highlight, averaging 12.3 air yards per attempt in 2024, the best in the NFL. The running game also faltered, missing the spark Richardson often provided. Against the tough Vikings defense, the Colts managed just 68 rushing yards, their lowest of the season. Jonathan Taylor, their star running back, could only muster 48 rushing yards, his worst performance this year after a 105-yard outing the previous week. Receiver Alec Pierce acknowledged how the switch at quarterback had altered their approach. "It definitely changes up the plays that we run," Pierce said. "We're not doing as many RPOs, run-pass option, as we used to." Despite the offensive struggles, the Colts defense stepped up. They forced 3 turnovers, including a game-changing sack fumble by Grover Stewart, which was returned for a touchdown by Kenny Moore too. Sadly, this defensive touchdown was the Colts' only trip to the end zone. As the Colts look ahead, emotions are mixed. Fans and players are hoping for a spark to turn the season around, but the team must quickly figure out its offensive identity if it wants to remain competitive. Steichen's decision to stick with Flacco leaves some questioning whether it's the right move, especially with 8 games left to play. For now, though, the team will rally behind their veteran, hoping the offense can find its rhythm before it's too late.